Jerry Caviston. I'm a freshman here at Seminary. I'm directing the first one act, Red Carnations. I'm very excited for it. I'm very proud of my actors, where they've come. They've come a long way with this piece, and I'm happy with where it's come. So with that being said, welcome to Central Park, New York City, 1942. Thank you.
Might as well sit down. Plenty of room on the bench.
Oh, thanks. Thanks very much. I don't mind standing. It'll only be for a minute or two.
You're not expecting to meet a woman then?
Why? Well, yes, as a matter of fact, I am.
You are an optimist.
Pardon me?
I merely remarked that you are an optimist.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
No, but you will later when your 1 or 2 minutes has turned into 1 or 2 hours. It appears you don't know very much about the feminine sex.
Perhaps not. But on the other hand, it strikes me that your remarks are rather personal.
Well, the only remarks worth making are personal. However, if you prefer to talk about the weather...
5 minutes past. Quite right. I'm sorry. I was thinking of something else.
So I perceive. She is already 5 minutes late.
How did you know that?
Experience. Romance is like history. It repeats itself. Besides, I'm in the same boat with you. My appointment was for 5 minutes ago also. The only difference is that I'm not worried about it, and you are.
I think I will sit down, if you don't mind. It's a bit of a bore standing first on one foot, then the other.
Pretty flowers, carnations, aren't they? Wonderful fragrance they have, too. Oh, and it appears your taste runs in the same direction.
Yes, indeed. Quite fine flowers. Well, look, I hope you don't think me silly, but as a matter of fact, if it doesn't make any difference to you, would you mind keeping your carnation hidden for a while? Just until, well, just to be a good sport. If you would keep yours hidden for a few minutes, I'd be very grateful.
Now, I'd like nothing more than to do you a favor, Mr.
Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. That is strange, very strange.
What is strange? The name of Smith?
Yes. Strange that you should have it when that is my name too.
Oh, your name is Smith too? Well, after all, there are lots of us in the world. Lots of us Smiths, that is. So I don't see how such a...
Well, of course not. Of course not. I was only thinking of the Red Carnations. Now, I may be mistaken, perhaps, but 2 Smiths meeting in the same spot at the same hour, both wearing red carnations, you must confess, it's a bit wild.
So it is. Look, I wish you could just move to another spot or take that carnation out of your lapel. It isn't absolutely necessary for you to wear it, is it?
But it is, absolutely, and you're going to cause me all sorts of trouble if you don't move, or change your name, or at least throw away your carnation.
I shall do nothing of the kind. My lord, man, she doesn't even know me. Well, she doesn't know what I look like. That's why she asked me to wear this red carnation.
But you see, that is exactly my predicament. The woman I am to meet here does not know me. She asked me to wear a red carnation. So you see, I cannot help you. After all, a man must look after his own affairs first.
What a crazy coincidence. Oh, well, it may not matter. One of them should arrive before the other does. And if you know her as your friend, you must speak up at once and get on out of the way. If mine should arrive first, I shall do the same.
And you'll know your, friend when you see her, will you?
Well, in a way, that is her eyes. I would know those eyes anyway.
Her eyes? Good heavens.
Well, you must understand that when a woman is in costume and wears this mask...
In costume and mask?
Well, certainly. I met her at the Manhattan Masked Ball last Friday.
This is uncanny. Positively uncanny. Tell me one thing. What was she wearing?
She was dressed as the Queen of Sheba.
My gosh! Nothing. Nothing is the matter. This is impossible. I won't believe it.
What is impossible?
Nothing is impossible.
think so. But confounded, I couldn't see her eyes.
I'm certain she is my friend.
What? You are?
From the way she holds her head.
Well, I am certain that she's my friend. If only I could get a glimpse of her eyes.
The only way to settle the matter as I see it is if one of us calls her by name. I suggest you try first.
I can't. I don't know her name.
You mean you don't know the name of the woman you were to meet here?
Well, she wouldn't tell me what her name was. You'll have to go up and see if she belongs to you.
I must confess, this grows more and more unbelievable. The truth of the matter is that I don't know the name of the woman I was to meet.
Oh, good heavens. Look, we can't sit around all day debating the question. One of us must go up and break the ice. If he makes a mistake, he shall retire and give the right one a chance.
A very good solution. You, having suggested the idea, should have the privilege of trying it out. I shall sit here where I can keep an eye on you, though. Good luck to you.
But what the heck am I to say to her?
Ask her if you're the man she expected to meet.
What if she doesn't know?
What?
What if she doesn't know if I'm the right man or not?
Oh, that is her trouble, not yours. At least give her a chance to claim you.
But what if she makes a mistake?
Oh, good Lord. Are you going or aren't you?
Yes, yeah, I'm going. Don't leave until I found out, will you?
No, no, of course not. Come on.
How do you do?
How do you do?
I beg your pardon, but you see, what I'm trying to say is, I was expecting to meet someone, and I was wondering if...
Yes, I noticed you were wondering.
I suppose you think I'm an idiot. Well, you see, with both of us at the same place at the same time, both wearing red carnations.
Yes, I saw that you were both wearing red carnations. I think they're quite becoming.
Oh, thanks. Thanks very much. Well, that isn't exactly the point.
No, I suppose it isn't.
It's awfully difficult to explain.
It is, isn't it?
Well, if you were the one, that is the one I was to meet, then maybe you'll understand. Do you?
No, I don't think I do.
Well, I suppose you aren't the one.
The one what?
The one that I was to meet. Are you?
I don't know.
Then you were to meet someone.
Oh, yes.
That helps. Some. Would you recognize him if you were to see him?
I'm afraid not. That's why I asked you to wear red carnation.
That much is settled. But you see, he is wearing a red carnation too.
Yes. That does make it rather complicated, doesn't it?
Rather, so we'll have to figure out some other way to identify him.
Identify which, you or him?
Me? No, not necessarily. The one you were intending to meet.
That's it! We must identify the one I was intending to meet.
Can't you think of some way?
Not sure. Oh, that's it! Why didn't I think of it before? I can ask your name.
Splendid.
So,
Go ahead and ask.
is your name Smith?
Yes.
So is mine.
Yes. Yes. You see, that is another trouble that we're.
Is his name Smith too? Oh, good heavens!
That's the point. If his name wasn't Smith, there wouldn't be any difficulty at all.
But how do you know you aren't the one?
Exactly. If your name wasn't Smith, there'd be no trouble whatsoever. I insist you share the blame at least.
It's all a question of figuring out who was the original Smith.
What do you mean by the original Smith?
Well, from a standpoint of time, I certainly am the original Smith. I carried the name long before you were born.
Ridiculous. What is that to do with it? The original Smith, in this instance, is the one who had the appointment with Miss... I beg your pardon, but you never told me your name.
Oh, no, I guess I didn't. It seems a bit odd, but as a matter of fact, I'm not sure I ever told you anything. Perhaps it was, him that I spoke with.
Where? When?
At the mass ball Friday night.
Of course, I was the one you spoke with.
You! You were there too. This is unbearable.
Oh, well, why shouldn't he have been there? He had just as much right to be there as you did.
Certainly. Why should one Smith have preference over another?
Look, I won't take this. I won't stand around all day being made a fool of.
Well, if you feel that way, you should leave at once. That should clear things up considerably. Godspeed and God bless.
I won't leave. Don't think you can get rid of me as easily as that. Look, there must be some way for you to identify me. If you met with one of us last Friday at the Manhattan Massive Ball, surely there's something that would help you remember which of us it was. We are nothing alike. How could you mistake him for me?
Oh, but you forget that we're both in costume and wore masks.
Indeed, costumes and masks make for a very complete disguise.
But not all costumes are the same. I was dressed as a sheep.
So was I!
You were!
And when I tell you that I was, there is nothing remarkable about going to some fancy dress-up the city is throwing in a sheik's costume. So far as I know, no one has a patent on that idea.
Now that you mentioned it, I distinctly remember noticing more than one sheep at the ball.
And I suppose you talked with every sheep that you saw.
Well, naturally, I couldn't be sure. It'd be very easy to confuse one sheep for another.
And you told them all the same thing, I suppose.
What do you mean?
You invited every sheep you talked with to meet you here at this corner of Central Park at 4 o'clock today, and to wear a red carnation in his coat lapel.
I did no such thing. Ah, the idea. It was him who asked me to meet him.
Of course. I asked her to meet me here today.
But so did I.
Are you both sure you asked me?
Positive. Totally certain.
But how can you be? How do you know that one of you didn't ask some other girl?
Weren't you dressed as the Queen of Sheba?
Yes, that's right.
Of course she was. That's how she caught my eye.
Oh, I can't stand this. Are you sure there isn't any other Queen of Sheba that you talked with?
Oh, well, perhaps there was, but the point is, there's only one Queen of Sheba here.
And you are certain that you talked to this Queen of Sheba and told her that she would meet you here at 4 o'clock today.
Well, your mind grows clearer by the minute.
And you told her you would wear a red carnation in the lapel of your coat.
Well, that is the customary method of identifying myself.
Did you think that we should stutter, that we should ask you the same question twice?
I thought you were a little absent-minded, perhaps.
Very tactful of you to put it so mildly.
I'm sorry.
There is only one way to settle this. She must choose between us.
Well, we might flip a coin to see which one of us stays.
Oh, no, I refuse to treat the matter in such a trivial way. If I leave, it will be at the request of the lady.
Well, that relieves us of the responsibility. What does the lady say?
I suppose I'm caught now. What shall I do? You're both so attractive and so very honorable about it. I've never met two more charming men. If I were to ask you to go, would you leave?
Yes, I would stick to my word. But I would find you again sometime.
Oh, but how could you? You wouldn't know where to find me. You don't know my name or where I live or anything about me. And the next time I go to the mass ball, I might not be dressed as the Queen of Sheba.
Never mind, I will find it. And when I do, I'll make sure there isn't any other Smith around to interfere.
What an unkind remark!
Oh, but there would be another Smith around. You see, there always is when I'm present. You see, Smith is my name too.
What? Oh, no, it can't be.
Oh, but it is. That's how I remember your name so easily. And yours. One can almost always remember one's own name, even when it's attached to a stranger.
I quit. I'm through. I've been spending my afternoon with a pair of lunatics. Goodbye, Mr. Smith. And Miss Smith.
Oh no, please don't go. You mustn't desert us, please.
Goodbye.
Oh, Father, do something. Stop him, please.
What was that?
Oh, Father, don't just stand there like a stick.
Well, really, my dear, I believe I've done my part. So if you will...
What does this mean? Who are you? And who is that man?
I am Miss Smith, and he is Mr. Smith.
He is your father.
Mm-hmm. Are you awfully mad? Will you forgive me? Please? I am sorry, but you wouldn't want me to go meet a strange man in the park without a chaperone, would you? Even the Queen of Sheba must use discretion. And I wasn't a father, such a sport to play his part so nicely. And just think, I planned the whole thing out so it would be most exciting, and it was exciting, wasn't it?
The Sheik!
Father, help, he kissed me.
Serves you right. Take him home to dinner with us, maybe he'll kiss you again. Mr. Smith, you accept an invitation to dinner at the Smith residence with Miss Smith and myself.
Delighted, Mr. Smith. Miss Smith, will you take my arm? Now see here, aren't you taking rather a chance? You don't know a thing about me.
Young man, I know enough about you to write your biography.
But how could you?
I've known your father, J. Rodney Smith, for 20 years now. And I've seen him on the golf course many a time, and even if I hadn't seen you with him, I'd have known you. You're a dead ringer for your father.
How perfect it all is.
Well, no.
Yes, we'll all be late for dinner. And I want to get home in time to mix the cocktails. Mr. Smith, I hope you drink.
Oh, of course. All the Smiths do.
Yes, we do.
And about you can get